voice makes me weak. All you gotta do is just speak. One word is enough, and I'm no longer so rough. I forget what I was trying to say. I no longer do what I was gonna do, but you're no good for me. That's why me know what set me if it could flee. Me have to take away me say. Me have to take away me say. Me have to hide like a thief in the night. Me have to get out of sight. Me have to take away myself. Have to take away myself. I have to utilize thy wings. Show the eye cleave your eyes. I said, yeah, I find you very hard to resist. But this relationship I'm gonna desist. But how can I face you when all I wanna do is just taste you? I know you think I play me, I play, but soon you're gonna see the light of day. Just relax, don't move an inch. I'll be gone in a pinch. May I feel take away myself. May I feel take away myself. May I feel hide like a thief in the night. May I forget out of sight. May I feel take away myself. Take away myself. I have to utilize I will.
Greetings, kings and queens. Welcome to another Real Stuff podcast. This is yours truly, Franco. And
this is Flavius.
And this morning, we're going to be having a conversation. So, Flavius, myself, and you, we're going to be conversing this morning. So stick around, don't go nowhere. If you have to get your favorite tea, coffee, whatever beverage that you have this time of the morning, go ahead and get it done, and we'll be right back.
This is your very own sports, music, and lifestyle podcast with Flavius and Franco. Welcome.
It's alright. It's alright, it's okay. Just hang on a little bit longer, 'cause tomorrow is another day. It's alright, it's okay. Just stand firm in the face of adversity and watch them fade away, 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 away. Life have a way to carry you down when the money in the bank gets shorter and the bills are coming and you're caught in between the devil and the deep blue water. I know say that when you come home my yard and the people them a look them sober. So you do what you can, 'cause a man is just a man and you don't make the people them sober. And you pray to the Father when this tribulation I go end. Remember Jonah in the belly of the whale and Daniel in the lion's den. It's alright, it's okay. Just hang on a little bit longer, cause tomorrow is another day. It's alright, it's okay. Just stand firm in the face of adversity and watch them fade away. I say time of a way to test your faith, so you got to have enough endurance. One day at a time, just keep on trying, cause time carry no insurance. No matter how the situation hard, things can only get better. Just have some faith, everything will go great, cause nothing never lasts forever. And you pray to the Father when this tribulation I go end, but remember Jonah in the belly of the whale and Daniel in the lion's den. It's alright, it's okay. Just hang on a little bit longer, cause tomorrow is another day. It's alright, it's okay. Just stand firm in the face of adversity and watch them fade away, 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 away. It's alright.
As Mr. Armand said, it's alright, it's okay. Tomorrow is another day. Yes, Flavius. So what's going on in your neck of the woods?
Sunshine outside, that's about it for now.
Beautiful sunshine. This morning we had some heavy rain. I mean, heavy rain. I never expect it to clear up back like this with the sun. I mean, when the thunder roll, I feel my building not really vibrate, but you can feel like the sensation of it, So imagine if it did a lick harder, the building it vibrate. But you just could have feel the sensation, so say it was like whatever storm it was. Say it was rough this morning. I mean, the rain been falling. We're going the weather forecast for this weekend is we're going to be having a wet weekend.
Okay.
So, as I always say, the more it rain, the less chance of us having a hurricane. Yes, we will get tropical storm, but I think it's less likely we get a hurricane because it's supposed to, what you call it now, cool down the earth.
Yeah. Cool down the sea.
And the sea too, yes. Yeah. So we won't get, if the water hot, so it'll go intensify and come more stronger. Another thing in the news this morning, I always try catch the news from about 2 o'clock in the morning right back to like 6.
Okay.
You get it's fresh.
Yeah.
And
off the press, man.
Oh yeah. So they say that students, college students, and of course maybe some high school as well, they are spreading the virus among themselves now. Right? And they're showing you the hot spot. Now, for Europe, they say not Europe, the UK, my bad, the UK, they're having problems again because it's intensified. It's on the, what them call it, would be, some experts say it's a third wave, some say it's a second wave.
Okay.
So they didn't mention anything about Italy. They said Italy, yes, 1 and 2 people are still being infected, but it's not a big mass. When it first started, the Italians were being hit hard.
Oh yeah.
So Boris Johnson, the Prime Minister of the UK, or Prime Minister of England, he's under pressure because they're saying he haven't dealt with the event as he should.
Yeah.
Same thing for the president of the US. So both of them are in the hot seat.
Yeah, they are paying the people, yes.
Yeah, and I'm supposed pretty soon we're going to hear that for the Jamaica Prime Minister as well. Because first he was being praised, and I'm sure you're going to hear some people start saying, all right, he might mess up now. So
Well,
things not looking good for them. What's on the news? What's on the news for you down there?
well, the biggest thing for the news is COVID is flying away. Well, not flying away, it's flying in. So we having a lot of deaths now, and we're having 100 plus, 200 plus cases per day now.
Yeah, you guys going to get the big numbers, So you guys better brace yourself. And when I say the big numbers, it's because let's face it, to all the people of the country are, still going out, going about their business and getting stuff done. That's good. Nothing is wrong with that. But at the same time, how many of them are wearing their mask?
Nope.
They're saying, boy, the distance don't even look like it at work.
Yeah.
The 6 feet don't look like it even at work, so they might have to extend that.
Well, the PNP has called for the government to lock down Heroes Weekend.
Them have to.
Because apparently the technocrats had told the government to lock down Independence Weekend, and they didn't. They're paying for it now along with the election. So the PNP came out and said the government should really put some real tight restrictions on that weekend. So I don't hear any reply from the government.
Yeah, man, them have to do something. Because you don't need the people them for go. Where them go, basically usually go on Heroes Weekend. People party, right?
Lots of events, man. Many events, many parties, everything. It's a really a festive weekend. Celebration. It's celebrating the heroes.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with it. But we have to know how we do that this year. Simple as that.
Wow.
Simple as.
Yeah, because the cases them now, even though the numbers might look big, there might be some people recovering or recovered. But then those who haven't been recovered, those are the ones who going to go into, what you call it, ICU. And once them hit the ICU ward, where them say game over.
Yeah. But what I'm finding out, what I'm seeing now also is that our recovery percentage has dropped tremendously.
Yeah.
I think it's because we are getting so many cases so quickly. So to do a percentage, it will look low. Any less persons are being recovered, just that we are having so many more positive cases. And I don't hear the government saying anything about what they're doing. All they do is put in the curfew. That's about it. Nothing else.
Curfew. But the curfew is just to keep the people them in for the night. That's basically
Streets,
keep them in for the night.
But the thing that you told me about the party in Seaview or something like that, that came on the news. And what they said, after the police broke up that one and arrested some people, they went to another one close by. And the people apparently, some of them had moved from the one that was closed down.
And come there.
Yes.
And those are the carriers,
Yeah, man. Them they everywhere. They want to be everywhere.
Those are the carriers, man.
Apparently, them lick down the police. Them tear off one policewoman clothes. Yeah, man. Damage of the police, some stone.
So hold on, man,
Yeah.
hold on. So that means the police never got prepared. They
Yeah,
just
they were. They probably never had enough.
the
The
manpower,
numbers,
yeah.
you know.
Nah, that's outrageous. Can't do things like that,
If
man.
you breach in already and the police come,
Mm-hmm.
you just go home.
Exactly.
Them say, well, them must stay and put mix on police.
Gross misconduct. Yeah. I know go for that, you know. So, some people will get charged. And
Oh yeah,
the
well,
man who keep the party, he's supposed to be more liable than everybody. Drop all charges on him. Throw them.
yeah.
So him know say next time. There won't be a next time anyway. But before you get into the going to give you a brighter day from the artist, Culture Dark.
Yeah, well, that is what we need now. We need a lot of bright days.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah.
I want both of us going to talk this morning. I want to hear your honest view upon certain things, especially the whole pandemic. I know we have thoughts as citizens what we think the government can do and should be doing, and they're not doing it. Because these people don't listen to us. Our voices don't seem like it's been heard.
Yeah.
So we are gonna see if we can put some spin on it this morning.
Okay.
All right. So Culture Dark, brighter day.
Ja, all I'm asking for is a brighter day. Just send it our way, Oja. Sealer. A brighter day. We're looking for a brighter day. A brighter day. Just send it come my way. Ja, why mankind so bitter? Turn them away from Lucifer. It's like some boy a drink devil soup for breakfast, lunch and dinner. It doesn't matter what the wicked say, the righteous will never run away. Oh, please, my car soldier, you are my guide and my protector. We're looking for a brighter day, a brighter day, a brighter day. Just send it come away. A brighter day. We're looking for a brighter day, a brighter day. Just send it come away. Two them system design a lot of youth a suffer. No succumb to the pressure, so them no go for. No stop clap it up, now them a big time killer. And the same system melt them out like butter. Come and cry papa ball, but it can't get better. Lifeless body lay down all over, so we have to turn we face out to the Father. And ask him for a brighter day, a brighter day, a brighter day. Just send it come away. A brighter day. We're looking for a brighter day, a brighter day. Just send it come away. Them dirty system of fraud, oh Lord. We see clear down a yard and broad. How them a treat poor people like dog, while poor people life so hard. Oh, what a pity. Why so much homeless in a them city? Lord, what a calamity. You know, sister, this a world and not pretty. So we asking for a brighter day, a brighter day, a brighter day. Just send it come away. A brighter day. We're looking for a brighter day, a brighter day. Just send it come away. A brighter day now. We're looking for a brighter day, brighter day, yeah. A brighter day now. A brighter day, brighter day, yeah. A brighter day, a brighter day, a brighter day.
Brighter day from the artist Culture Dark.
Mm-hmm.
For those of you just joining us, welcome to the Real Stuff podcast with Flavius and Franco. I am Franco and
I'm Flavius.
And he's all the way in Enfield, St. Mary.
Jamaica. Yes.
Jamaica, sweet, sweet Jamaica. So that's how beautiful it is for us to be broadcasting with you guys this morning. We're in different location and you're getting a wonderful show, podcast, whatever you want to call it. So Flavius, this morning we're going to continue with our Did You Know?
Yes, when we look at all the ladies that we are showcasing, you understand, the body of work that these people have put in. I mean, it is really, really tremendous. And they have done a magnificent job. So, in fact, I'm also gathering a list of ladies that most of them probably did not aspire to be prime ministers or presidents or whatever, but they did an indelible mark in their country. And that list is growing as we go, So this morning we are going to showcase two more of the leaders of the Caribbean. So let's ask Arthur to take it away from here, please.
Yes, Arthur. Come in, Arthur. I want you to do this first this morning again.
Claudette Worley, born the 26th of September 1946, was Prime Minister of Haiti from November 7, 1995, to March 6, 1996. She was Haiti's first female Prime Minister. In 1999, Worley became director at the Life and Peace Institute in Uppsala, Sweden, and then in 2007 Secretary General, and in 2010 Peace Envoy of the Catholic Peace Organization Pax Christi International in Brussels, Belgium. Background: Claudette was born in 1946, in Cap-Haïtien in a well-to-do family. Her parents exported coffee and in addition, her mother had a shop. Her father was a former MP but withdrew from politics before Claudette was born. Claudette went to elementary and secondary schools run by nuns, studied diverse subjects, including medicine and pedagogy, in Spain, the US, Mexico and Haiti, and she obtained a license in law and economics at the university in Port-au-Prince. In 1978 she was registered as a lawyer. Career: in 1968-70 Worley worked as a medical technician and chemist in the US, in 1971-73 as a physiologist in Switzerland, and in 1973-74 as an adult educator in Haiti. In 1970, she married George Worley, a professor of economics and a prominent figure in the Social Democratic Party PANPRA, the National Progressive Revolutionary Haitian Party. The couple had 2 daughters. Worley engaged in social and educational work in a number of non-governmental organizations in the fields of adult literacy and humanitarian relief. In 1975 she joined Catholic Emergency Aid for Haiti and was from 1976 to 1987 Secretary General in Haiti National Caritas, traveling all around the country. From 1983 to 1987 she was Caribbean Coordinator for Caritas International. In 1979, Worley founded ITECA, Institute of Technology and Animation, one of Haiti's most important educational organizations. She helped found the League for Women's Empowerment, Ligue pour les Femmes, an organization of women seeking political and economic equality and promoting women's participation in politics. It was important to bridge the gulf separating different worlds, the poor and the affluent, women and power structures. Women were the backbone of society, and had a great capacity for peacemaking. Political positions. From 1990 onwards Worley became active in public administration and politics in Haiti. From March to August 1990 she was Minister of Social Affairs as an independent in President Berthe Pascal Trouillot's interim government. When Aristide became president, Worley joined Prime Minister René Préval's private cabinet in 1991, and was engaged in the Lavalas movement in support of the president. From July 1992 to October 1993, she was the executive director of the Washington office on Haiti, doing advocacy and lobbying. In 1993-95 she was Minister of Foreign Affairs and Religions in the Malval and Michel governments. She then served as Prime Minister for 100 days in 1995-96. Her task was to strengthen the leadership of the country and organize democratic presidential elections. Claudette Worley appointed a cabinet with 17 ministers, including 4 women, and declared that her aim was political, social, cultural and economic justice. She received financial support for energy, agriculture and road construction and improved relations with Cuba and Taiwan. She also tried to reduce Haiti's economic dependence and halted the privatization process. But then IMF held back loans, sparking a political crisis. René Préval was elected president with 88% of the vote. It was the first peaceful change of president since Haiti became independent. Préval was an ally of Aristide and would have liked Claudette Worley to continue as prime minister. But the majority in parliament, which needed to approve the prime minister, had changed, so Worley withdrew and left the country. Peace worker. In 1999 she became the Conflict Transformation Program's director of the Life and Peace Institute in Uppsala, Sweden. Claudette's work took her to conflict areas all over Latin America and several other countries in Asia, Africa, and most countries in Western Europe. In 2007 she was elected Secretary General of Pax Christi International, a non-governmental Catholic peace movement working on a global scale on a wide variety of issues in the fields of human rights, security and disarmament, economic justice and ecology. Prior to this, she was vice president and a member of the executive committee of Pax International, from 1992 to 2001. In 2010 she became a peace envoy in Pax Christi International. Portia Lucretia Simpson Miller ON, born the 12th of December 1945, is a Jamaican politician. She served as Prime Minister of Jamaica from March 2006 to September 2007 and again from the 5th of January 2012 to the 3rd of March 2016. She was the leader of the People's National Party from 2005 to 2017, and the leader of the opposition twice, from 2007 to 2012 and from 2016 to 2017. While serving as Prime Minister, Simpson Miller retained the positions of Minister of Defense, Development, Information, and Sports. She has also served as Minister of Labor, Social Security, and Sport, Minister of Tourism and Sports and Minister of Local Government throughout her political career. Following her second election win in December 2011, when her party defeated the Jamaica Labour Party, she became the second individual since independence to have served non-consecutive terms as Prime Minister, the first having been Michael Manley. Political career. Simpson Miller was elected in 1976 to the Parliament of Jamaica, to represent the constituency of South West St Andrew Parish, as a member of the People's National Party. The PNP boycotted the elections called in 1983. She was re-elected to the same seat in a later election and served as Minister of Labour, Welfare and Sports from 1989 to 1993. She was Minister of Labour and Welfare from 1993 to 1995, Minister of Labour, Social Security and Sports from 1995 to February 2000, Minister of Tourism and Sports from February 2000 to October 2002, and Minister of Local Government and Sport, since October 2002. She served as Vice President of the PNP from 1978 to 2006, when she became its President. In the PNP's internal vote to elect P.J. Patterson's successor, held on the 26th of February 2006, she received 1,775 votes, while her nearest rival, then Security Minister Dr. Peter Phillips, took 1,538 votes. She garnered approximately 47% of the delegates' vote, making her the first PNP president to be elected by less than half of eligible delegates. In July 2008, Simpson Miller was challenged for the presidency of the PNP by Phillips. The election was held among the party's delegates on the 20th of September. She was re-elected as the head of the PNP for her second consecutive year, defeating him by an even wider margin than that of the previous election. Prime Minister? Simpson Miller replaced Patterson as Prime Minister on the 30th of March 2006, becoming the first female head of government of the nation and the third in the Anglophone Caribbean, following Eugenia Charles of Dominica and Janet Jagan of Guyana. In organizing the cabinet following her swearing-in, she assumed the portfolio of Defense Minister. 2007 elections. Main article, 2007 Jamaican general election. On the 3rd of September 2007, Simpson Miller's party narrowly lost the general election, retaining 27 seats against the rival Jamaican Labour Party's 33 seats. This margin was revised to 32 to 28 after recounts and an election petition decision concerning the eligibility of a government MP who had dual citizenship. The loss can in part be attributed to a well-planned and executed campaign by the JLP. A part of their campaign strategy was a media blitz that claimed to highlight 18 years of neglect under the PNP and the incompetence of Simpson Miller as a leader. One advertisement highlighted the deplorable conditions in Simpson Miller's own constituency of Southwest St Andrew 8, while others were created from controversial interviews and still, others discussed issues surrounding her competence as a leader. Simpson Miller initially refused to concede defeat, alleging voting irregularities and the possibility that recounts would change the final result. The Organization of American States issued a statement declaring the election free and fair. "I believe this election can stand international scrutiny," said OASH Assistant Secretary General Albert Ramdin, who led a team of international observers who monitored the election. She conceded defeat on the 5th of September. On the 11th of September, Simpson Miller was succeeded as Prime Minister by JLP leader Bruce Golding. In 2011, Golding resigned, making way for Andrew Holness to become the 9th Prime Minister of Jamaica. 2011 election. On the 5th of December 2011, Holness asked the Governor-General, Sir Patrick Allen, to dissolve Parliament and call an election, despite the fact that elections were not constitutionally necessary until September 2012. The date of the 2011 election was set as the 29th of December and major local media outlets viewed the election as too close to call. However, as Simpson Miller campaigned in key constituencies, the gap widened to favor the PNP. Days before the election, Simpson Miller came out fully in favor of LGBT rights in a televised debate, sparking an 11th-hour controversy ahead of the vote. In early vote counting on the 29th of December, it was apparent that the PNP was winning a large number of swing constituencies. By evening, the Jamaica Observer had declared 41 of 63 constituencies for the PNP. The election results were officially declared by the Electoral Office on the 5th of January and, upon the request of the Governor-General, Simpson Miller formed the new Jamaican government. Honours. Simpson Miller was ranked by Time magazine as among its 100 most influential persons in the world in 2012. Simpson Miller was named Person of the Year by the Gleaner and Observer in the Gleaner Awards 2011. Simpson Miller is a member of the Council of Women World Leaders, an international network of current and former female presidents and prime ministers. Simpson Miller, in 2013, was elected Vice President of Socialist International following a conference in Cape Town, South Africa. The Most Honourable Portia Simpson Miller. ON 7th Prime Minister of Jamaica.
So that was our Did You Know?
Yes, that is 2 more of our ladies, and we're going to continue until the list is completed.
Okay, so next week, right? We'll be giving them more.
Next week we will be still on it. Keeping our ladies up front, and focused.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't think we have been having enough of them, although we are improving. Right now, you have a leader in Barbados. I don't know if you have any more leaders at this point in time, but I know there's one in Barbados at present. We have a few more, yeah. A few more. But I think this is very good for us to understand the dynamics of gender equality or gender focus. People seem to want the women everywhere now, because by and large they have been doing a very good job.
True, absolutely.
You find them, major corporations now have them really high up in the ranks,
As I said, women are not easily tempted to go to wars.
That too. Yeah.
With a man, as him Quinty want to fight.
Right, yes.
Invade a next man country.
Yeah.
Women none of that. Them are reason it out.
Yeah, and they are calmer. They are calmer set of people, which will more work with reasoning. As opposed to the hot head type of situation.
Hey, you have some mothers, them man very nimble, but them no beat you that quick, them warn you about 3 times before them fling the belt on you. You understand me? And when them a put it out, them a tell you, say you can't hear, you will feel. Father nah do that. Boy, I'm gonna tell you to move that. Boop, 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 boop. Start your liquor.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, so I applaud women leaders. I think there was this footballer from Liberia, George Weah.
George Weah, oh yeah.
Weah, them call him Weah, George Weah. He used to play for Inter Milan.
Weah, they call him, they pronounce it Weah, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, he used to, talk about, the calmness of a woman as president.
Yeah.
At the time, when he was stepping down.
Yeah.
And he said when a woman is in power, and running a country, she know how to deal with their fears and everything, and she won't quick to go to war.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Them have a saying, say, old men love war while young men go die in wars.
War, yeah.
Yeah, them start the war and send the young men them to die. So young men die in wars, old men start it.
Yeah.
And women, them no seek war, them no instigate war.
Yeah.
If
they must fight, they will fight, but
and they're gonna be more vicious too.
Oh yes, oh yeah.
They're gonna be vicious. Well, with that, we're gonna bring in a young lady, your favorite artist. And this is a song that a lot of listeners, a lot of viewers love it. So we're going to give you this morning. Palm Hall, Want You Forever.
I wish that you were the man in my life. I would like to take you to my home to be with me forever. I really love you, baby. Really love you, baby. Want you forever. Really love you, baby. Really want you, baby. I wish that you were the man in my life.
take you to my home to be with me forever. I really love you, baby.
Really love you, baby.
Want you forever. Really love you, baby.
Really want you, baby.
Love I will give you is so powerful, so special. Under your skin it will flow through your veins. My love's insane. This love I give, I just can't stop.
I just can't stop.
It's in your face, even when you turn your back. And just like a magnifying glass, the heat that I transmit will melt your heart. Oh, I wish that you were the man in my life. I would like to take you to my home to be with me forever. Really love you, baby.
Really love you,
Want you forever and ever. Really want you, baby.
really want you, baby.
Whoa, whoa. Ooh, forever and ever. Yeah, yeah. I know you're wondering why my love is so strong. It's 'cause I see something in you pushing me on. The day you try to chase my love away is when you know my love was meant to stay. Cause this love I give, I just can't stop. It's in your face, oh yeah. When you turn your back, I wish that you were the man in my life. I would like to take you home with me forever. Oh, really want you, baby.
Really love you, baby.
Want you forever. Ever. Really want you, baby.
Really want you, baby.
Love I will give you is so powerful, special. Under your skin it will flow through your veins. My love's insane. This love I give, I just can't
I
stop.
just can't stop.
It's in your face, even when you turn your back. Hey, and just like a magnifying glass, yeah, the heat that I transmit will melt your heart. Hey, I wish that you were the man in my life. I would like to take you home to be with me forever, yeah. Oh, hey, 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 hey. Whoa.
Want you forever. The music of Miss Pam Hall. Them said this one.
Well, this one is a bombshell.
Yes, this one is a bombshell. In case you're just joining us, welcome to the Real Stuff Podcast. My name is Franco, and Flavius is in Jamaica. St. Mary, a place in St. Mary they call Enfield. Beautiful place, very, very green.
With me forever. I really love you, baby.
Really love you, baby.
Want you forever. Really love you, baby.
As them that say, I rinse it out one more time.
You is so
By popular demand.
so special. Under your skin it will flow through your veins.
Listen to the lyrics.
This love I give, I just can't stop. I just can't stop. It's in your face, even when you turn your back. And just like a magnifying glass, the heat that I transmit will melt your heart. Oh, I wish that you were the man in my life. I would like to take you to my home to be with me forever. Really love you, baby. Want you forever and ever. Really want you, baby. Whoa, whoa. Ooh, forever and ever. Yeah. I know you're wondering why my love is so strong. It's 'cause I see something in you pushing me on. The day you try to chase my love away is when you know my love was meant to stay. 'Cause this love I give, I just can't stop. It's in your face, oh yeah. When you turn your back, I wish that you were the man.
Big tune, big tune, big tune.
Oh yeah.
Big tune for indeed. Want you forever. Palm Hall.
Can you imagine as a man, a woman singing that to you?
Me I tell you, that's why I tell them, so listen to the lyrics.
Yeah, man.
Big lyrics this.
Power, man. Power.
Big tune, man. Them said this one is a bombshell.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I love
Oh, yeah.
that little jingle, you know. And that's one of the things. I think the expression of love is something that we're lacking.
Lost. We have lost.
Yeah,
we
man,
have
we're
lost
lacking
it.
that.
We have lost romance.
But I only deal with the love what them call eros, intimacy. We are dealing with one also agape. You know, brotherly love.
Yeah.
You know, we have lost all of that. Growing up, you remember, and I know it's one of the hardest things for a man to tell a next man, say, boy, I love him. Because he might have think, so boy, I might think another way. You know, but brotherly love. You understand? It's like when you put a football team or any team that have the you know, you see the players, them are unified like brothers. You know, a brotherly love. In order for them, because you have to know how each players play, what them how them like for receive the ball and you know things like that. And if you have a team together for more than 3 years, that team should go on to win a championship. You understand me? Because
man.
the love what them have for each other. I remember I used to play with a centre half youth years ago. Him died now. Used to name Rebert Lamb. Used to play centre half. Was also a past student at Calabar. And we used to call him Lammy. And Liebert was this type of centre half. You see, if me I play midfield or centre forward and another defender hit me, him said, don't worry yourself, Franco. He must come up here, sir.
That sound like Bournemouth.
He must come up here, sir. Don't worry yourself.
Yeah.
I remember that him I put it on back on him. If me not get to hit him back. Him said, don't worry yourself, man. He must come up here, sir, you know.
Yep.
So you know the love where we have for each other back then as players. You know?
Oh yeah.
We reached semi-final in minor league and got knocked out. You know, but it was good back then. Ellison Flats knock us out. Knock we off and go meet Harborview and lose to Harborview in the finals.
Okay.
Yeah, 1977. So today, it's you and our guests. I mean, hear me guests and our listeners. They're our guests,
Mhm.
of course. They're our guests.
Yes, of course.
So we have a lot of. A friend of mine, I was explaining to you, mentioned something to me about civil servants at Jamaica, and you know me feel about that. If teachers,
Yeah.
if teachers are leaving, leaving their profession at the age of 65, or when they serve what 30 years, that's
Yeah,
the rule in a civil service, right?
30 plus year, yeah.
All right. Wouldn't the same thing apply to politicians?
I don't know because they don't seem to have any rules or laws or anything that controls them or I don't know. I don't really know. I don't really know. I don't really know because one of the big argument over the past few years is job descriptions of politicians, which of course they have done.
Mm-hmm.
It is I don't know, it is us putting our faith in some people who just come and say they want to represent us.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't do any due diligence at all. We just allow them to do whatever they want to do.
Mm-hmm.
I think that has to change in the future. Because a man is running, him win, and him said he's representing a particular area. And for the most part, you never see him until the election the next time.
Mm-hmm.
Firstly, you don't know him because he's not from anywhere close in your area.
Yeah, them don't live in your constituency where they run.
And as I saw a political activist writing a few weeks ago after the PNP election, and he's saying that we don't have to stop carry people come give us.
Mm-hmm. I keep saying that for years.
It's not going to work, and it has not worked. Let us pick who we want. And so the whole politics thing, because you put a man in charge of health ministry who knows nothing about health. And you put a man in charge of finance who knows nothing about money. You kind of wonder why these assignments are made.
Mm-hmm.
And how you expect them to function. Of course, you have the technocrats that is kind of guiding them, but they have the last word. They have the last word, and they can, they can veto whatever you say or you put out there. You can say, okay, I am the expert and I say this. Don't matter. I am the minister and I don't want it done that way. And this is the way it has to be done, and everybody has to follow that. I mean, it might not be as harsh as that, but still, that is the general idea. So people are not going into politics with certain skills that they know politics needs. And what I'm finding all over the Caribbean too is that the profession that mostly goes into politics are lawyers and doctors. Lots of lawyers and lots of doctors. So
that means
you
make you wonder what type of money them profession, the politicians them have the money then. If only doctors and lawyers who are going at it. They go for the bigger money.
Yeah, but there's no big. Okay, there should not be any bigger money because their salaries are posted. You know that this one.
There's a politician.
That,
Let me give you this one. There's a politician who spent over $50 million in the last midterm election, and it went off into a recount, and him create hell. So he was coming he was moving from a governor in a state governor, and now him fight for the U.S. Senate seat.
yeah.
And everybody starts saying it has to be the kickback money where him get when him go from the lobbies. So it's the money, it's the same thing all over the world.
There is money somewhere, but that is not official.
Mm-hmm. And that's the money them want.
There is money and there is the traveling. Because a lot of them want like the traveling, because traveling and then the networking that they can do when they go to these meetings, international, global meetings. You know, you meet a lot of people, and you know you can put things together.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing wrong with that, but the money that is not on the table.
Mm-hmm. A big money.
That is the problem.
That's a big money.
Yeah, that is the problem.
You have lobbyists that give you money.
Yeah.
You know, Jamaica don't have no lobbyists, but big contract go on and all them things. So money I go fly. But the thing is, that's what I say. If a teachers are civil servants, just like politicians, they are civil servants. And if for teaching are all those in the civil service fields, if they have to leave after 30 years or more, I'm going to say 30 years cap or 65, then the same thing should apply for politicians. That's what I'm saying. So I want to know what's the big difference there if them not civil servants.
I don't even think that is necessary. You know? I think that a politician should be given a fixed term.
Mm-hmm.
Because what we need is a turnover of ideas.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't think anybody should be in politics for 40 years.
You mean career politicians should never make it be a career for them?
Right. You should go into politics and let's conservatively say you can serve 3 terms. Mm-hmm. It could be consecutive or it could be at different times. Don't matter.
Mm-hmm.
After you do your 3 times, you automatically out. No matter how good you are, how bad you are out. And we'll get some new people, or some different people in. So in that case, then the 30 years thing won't matter because you won't be there for 30 years anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Each term is 5 years, so the most you can be there is 15 years.
Mm-hmm. Sound good.
So you have to be out of it. No, we have a major politician now in Jamaica. You probably have more than one, but you have one that I'm sure of. That is over 80.
Mm-hmm.
And still going strong.
Mm-hmm. As a politician.
Granted, you can't argue with him about him winning and all that because he normally win by the most vote.
Mm-hmm.
But he's not leaving any space for anybody. I don't think at that age you should be there looking after a set of people.
Mm-hmm.
When you have younger people, I mean, you have done your time. And I don't think you should ever reach that level because, like I say, even if you start at 40 or even 50, if you start up as a politician at 50-year-old and you do 3 terms, that would take you to 65.
Mm-hmm.
I think we should have a 3-term limit. We should have a 2-term limit for the leaders, and you have a 3-term limit for ordinary member of parliaments.
Mm-hmm.
I also think if we practice that within the country, the parties should practice a similar thing. That the leaders of the party change over time. Probably, okay, let's say the party so you can give them 4 terms, so then they're 20 years. Can't be more than that. Cannot be more than that. And if you do that, you won't find yourself in a situation like the PNP now, who every minute they have a challenge. This one want to take over, that one want to take over. You know, it's not good. I don't think it's good. I don't think it's healthy for the country and the people.
Well, the reason why me ask this, why me bring up this subject this morning is because when he mentioned to me that you can't get no money from NHT once you reach that age, because you basically can't get a mortgage at 65 because it's a 30-year mortgage, as you mentioned. So them not think so you're gonna live to that to another 30 years. So
30 more years. So
I want to know you think your property can pass down to family member. Them not look at it like that either. They shouldn't be thinking about whether you can, because if you
but like I said,
well, I know if
you would have to go. You'd have to go. Yeah, go ahead.
The thing what I want to know, can anybody win a politics, right? And them resign at age 65. Can them get a mortgage from NHT? Because knowing that they are getting a nice financial change, them retirement money. Is the same thing applied to them?
No, it's not about the finance. It should, yeah, because it's not about the amount of money. It's that if you have a pension, for the most part, when you die, the pension dies.
Mm-hmm.
So the funding agency will still be out of money. They would have to reclaim the place. What needs to happen is that the person at that age have to have a younger person, and they do a joint mortgage.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody around 40 or something like that. Mm-hmm. So they can stand the 30-year thing.
I don't know. To me, the system just...
That's the important thing, you know.
The system just mess up.
It's about the banks. It's about the banks feeding. No. The bank is always looking at, when I give you my money, I need to know that I will get it back within the prescribed time.
Mm-hmm.
And if you are 65, no matter how much money you have, how much money you work in, or have pension coming in, how much longer will you live? That is the point, you know. Banks they can always reclaim the place, you know, depending on what the mortgage says or whatever, because they still own it. All right. Let me tell you, Frank, I don't know if you know this. Have you ever looked at a mortgage amortization?
No.
That is, okay, let me tell you that word. That is a program that calculates the payments of a mortgage. And I must try to send you a sheet. And so a mortgage is normally principal and the interest that is accrued, so that you pay on it. When you take out a mortgage for 30 years, you know, so you're paying a set amount each month, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But what you pay is not divided into principal and interest equally. It's not. What they do, the first half of the mortgage, the first 15 years, 90% of what you pay goes towards interest. And about 10% goes towards the principal. So at the end of 15 years, you still owe almost all the money that you had borrowed. So if you default at that stage, you have nothing to get because you did not pay down any money on the principal, or not much. And this is a universal formula that every bank uses.
True.
So unless you pay off the mortgage, you have nothing to get. Because the first setup years you're paying, and you're working hard to make sure you keep paying, all of that money going directly to the bank. What should happen is that what you pay should be divided into principal and interest. So the bank gets for them own, and you take off some off away you owe. It's after the first half that money start to come off of your money where you owe. So the split changes at that time. More of the money you pay goes towards the principal, but still more goes towards the interest still. It's kind of prorated going right down. So the bank want to own the place fully for as long as possible. Did you also know that if you have a mortgage, let's say you have a mortgage, and you go win the lottery, so you're going to pay it off one time. You know that you have to pay the bank to pay it off?
Yeah.
Of course. Because if you pay it off too quick, the bank can lose money.
Well, you just open up an account and put that money in it, so them just withdraw their monthly money from that. Simple as that.
That you can do. But if you try to close it off, them can tell you, say, there is, you owe them X, Y, and Z because when them calculate
them don't make no money off it yet.
Them don't make what they should make.
We know it's all of them institutions, them have them ways of making more than the consumers.
No, but not only that, it's all legal.
Them have them ways of making more than the consumers.
Yeah, right? But it's all legal. It's all legal.
And the thing is this, when I'm looking at it and I'm saying, when you reach a certain age, it's the same thing when you're in a company. As you hit 50, you become a liability for them, boss. Them no business with you no more, because them no want give you health insurance. Them never want, because them no want to give you 40 hours unless you're executive. But if you're not holding an executive position, you're basically on your way out for them, because them now go continue your health policy for you. Them are gonna
It's cheaper for them to give you the health policy now, because for them to, when you reach that age, chances are you'll be spending less time working.
No, this is where I come to. Them cut your hours. They them find ways of cutting your hours. That simply means once you're getting less hours, you don't become a liability to them no more, because they're not keeping you up on them health insurance. You better go find some health insurance somewhere, and you get less hours. So that's how them drop it.
No, but that is cruel.
Well, capitalism. That's how them look upon it, capitalism. Capitalism is a cruel system. Enough people don't realize it. But we know, say, all of this, man, from you touch a certain age, them start look at you different. You understand me? You no longer become practical to them in society.
But my problem with the capitalism has always been capitalism cannot work without poverty.
It has to. That's why them
You know?
that's why them make sure say them do everything for cut. You know, make sure them cut you the workers you reach a certain age. Yeah. So them know so you fall eventually you go fall below that line, you know. You fall below the middle class line if them when you don't you hear them talk less about middle class. There's no middle class. So you people that talk about middle class and
died long ago.
there ain't no
That
middle
died long
class.
ago.
It's either you're rich or you're poor or you're just in the middle. Simple as that. You just stand up in the middle, but no class, no that is so.
No.
Because you cannot elevate depending on how you want to elevate in them company unless you're executive. If you're not executive, them start make sure say all right, this man I reach 50, by the time him get 55, it's gonna get complicated and thing. So guess what? We now gonna make sure say him have insurance, you know, so we're gonna cut him out so. And eventually him have to find Medicare or healthcare somewhere else. But they're not carrying you on your plan because at them time them say you develop all complication, whether you have eye problem, hip surgery, knee, everything.
That's it. That's why the more socially inclined countries, you know, if you look at them carefully, one of the things that are part of what they do is provide a national insurance. You know, so people must have it and it take care of them always.
That's something where every nation should do. You're supposed to look out for the young, which is the babe, and the elderly.
Yeah.
You have to look out. You're supposed to look out for them. Make sure, say, because that's how you're going to develop a healthy society. If you don't have a healthy society, then all the economy are going to build. And that's the thing I'm looking at now with all of this coronavirus thing going on. And none of these countries, the bigger countries they may attack, don't even want to make you spend some money. And you hear them say it's an airborne thing. But spend some money and clean up the air.
Yeah.
Because it means that the air polluted. There's a pollution going on out there. So spend some money and clean it up. But we're going, lick a song right now. What about the poor? Because the poor is the one that always a suffer. What about the poor? Deaky Spliff.
Not road. For the poor who cry. For the unfortunate. Levels up. Never give up in the struggle. Have faith. What about the poor? What about the poor? Where the system ignore from ceiling to floor. What about the poor? What about the poor? Where the government ignore from the sky to the shore. Side of the freeway to get a little leeway. Who put them in this meal? For the poor, me pray. For a brighter tomorrow. For every youth way in a sorrow. Woods of the Mamugaro. Lightning in the marrow. What about the poor? What about the poor? Where the system ignore from ceiling to floor. What about the poor? What about the poor? Where the government ignore from the sky to the shore. Single mother, 5 children, yet the glad she never killed them. With bare love she a feel them, because Selassie I build them. Rastafari. What about the youth when not place for sleep? What about the youth when have no food for eat? What about the youth when no shoot on them feet? I check it on the cold concrete. What about the poor? What about the poor? Where the system ignore from ceiling to floor. What about the poor? What about the poor? Where the government ignore from the sky sky to the shore. What about the poor? What about the poor? Where the system ignore from ceiling to floor. What about the poor? What about the poor? Where the government ignore from the sky to the shore. So you got the freeway to give them little leeway. Who put them in this meal? For the poor, me pray. For a brighter tomorrow. For every youth way in a sorrow. Bones of the Mamugaro. Lightning in a them marrow. What about the poor? What about the poor? Where the system ignore from ceiling to floor. What about the poor? What about the poor? Where the government ignore from the sky to the shore. What about the poor? What about the poor?
What about the poor? Dicky Spliff. Poor man always I get the lick, you know that too.
Oh yeah.
Governments don't think about the elderly no more.
Nope.
They don't think about the elderly. And some of them don't even know, especially capitalist system, don't even know so that them themselves use socialist programs as well.
Well, they have to. That's the only way the country can work.
Yeah. Because them have to find means and ways how to make sure say the same system where them have to encourage the system so it spend money with them. So them have to take care of the poor, but them take care of the poor in a mean fashion. The little bit where them give you, you're supposed to accept it and don't murmur because them not going to make no policy change. So you can get better. Every man want a better living condition, especially the poor. Even the rich man want a better living condition. Because he want to know, say, if I'm a millionaire, he want to go from millions to billions.
Yeah.
And from billions to trillions. So them want a better money condition.
Mm-hmm.
But it dread, you know, when you know, tell me the difficulties where you as a civil servant have, you know, and the same politicians, them are civil servants, and them now seems to fall under that category of retirement. So there's so many things need to be done with you know, I don't know.
No, but the problem I find with that, though, you know, is that them have at least two unions, you know.
Hold up. The politicians, them have unions?
No, man. The servants, them have like the teachers now will have teacher association, and they also have the civil service association.
I know about the civil service association for years. So.
But them kind of dumb on matters like that. I don't hear them saying a word.
That mean them not functional enough then?
No, they're not. They're not.
Them just collect the union dues.
Yep.
Man, you see, money, again, money makes some people not talk up for you, you know.
I know.
The lobbies come and say, boy, we're going to spend X amount of dollars on gun control issues. That simply means this still will never pass.
Yep.
A politician knows him getting parachute money already. He will never advocate against him.
Nope.
Never ever, because all of them get them parachute money put aside for when them are retired. That money definitely goes to them. So issues like those, that's how the system's set up in the US. Because issues like those, yeah, these companies don't spend money because they get the tax money and them add more money to it and spend money so that the Congress don't pass certain bills for affect them.
Yeah.
So them send out them guys who them call the lobbyists.
Yeah, man.
And the
big guys
lobbyists,
don't.
the lobbyists are some of them are the same ex-senators and Congress members become lobbyists. So them know them friends inside out. Them know who for palm them can grease and who for palm. Them can send another friend for go grease that person palm if them can't deal with them directly. That's special interest. That's one of the thing that it strive in the US. Special interest, it strive. Jamaica on the other hand, we don't know for them special interest set up. If it's between members of the parliament or you guys have companies who do the same thing. So, I don't know. It dread out there, dread for the poor people, for those who, because can you imagine, alright, I'm looking at somebody say reach the age of 55 and he or she have to leave that job because them do 30 years. Them start that job when they were like 19 or 20.
Yeah.
And them still have more juice in them for go on, but because them do 30 years of service or more, them have to retire. How that go to?
Yep.
Whole heap of unanswered questions. A whole lot of unanswered questions. Now with your the school issue in Jamaica, that no seems like it go possible again, right?
The what?
The school issue, school reopening, school reopening in October. It's still gonna happen.
Yes.
Okay.
And in fact, they're starting Create Online. I'm hearing.
Create Online. What schooling?
Yes, straight online. Yeah, no face to face. That's where we're going to start.
And then them what deal with the transition of opening up school?
Yeah, I guess so.
So what's the internet quality like now?
I don't think it has changed yet, but I have some information that I can't really reveal on here.
I know.
I was in a 2.5 hour Zoom meeting yesterday, and it shed a lot of light on everything. I will speak to you after we close the show.
No problem.
Yeah.
That make me want to close early now because it's 5 minutes to the time we forget out.
No, man, don't close early. Let me just move to another big.
We have 5 minutes. Yeah, let
me move to a big 5 minutes topic. The JFF said they're going to start the league in Premier League in November. And they have categorically gone out and said a bubble is out of the question completely. So I am wondering how that will work. I kind of have a feeling that the league will never start because the numbers are going up. And you can't ask people to come and play. And when them play done, them going home. I don't see it possible at all. If you are serious about life, but everybody's life. Because I'm pretty sure it's not all players drive. So when you leave the field after you're up and down with all these other people, put on the clothes and you take your transport and you go home. What kind of protection you have? What kind of security is there?
Mm-hmm.
Or you know that the next man who tackle you don't have COVID.
Mm-hmm.
Or even you're one of man who you get run up into from time to time.
Mm-hmm.
I just not seen it. I just not seen it being practical
Mm-hmm.
or even sensible
Mm-hmm.
because even if you have some form of testing for them or whatever, when they go home to them wives and girlfriend and kids, let's say they are clean. Or you know that the rest of the family is clean because they have to go to work and school also. I don't see any of it making any sense. I think them going to reach a point where them have to stop it. They are saying now that this season nobody will be demoted and two teams will be promoted. And the next year the same will happen because they want to reach to 16 teams. And then after 16, when they have 16 teams, now them can always go back to motion system.
Mm-hmm. But you see, one of the problem with these, what you call it? Let me put it, say, domestic leagues in small countries, because they don't have the capital to spend. The clubs don't have the money as well, and the league itself don't even have the money to do things like that.
No,
They
they
cannot.
don't.
They cannot do some of the stuff that the European teams are doing.
No.
And I would figure the same thing apply to those in Africa, Asia as well. Maybe Asia might, have some financial backing right there, because
Africa probably will have that too.
yeah, but the way how Europe is doing it is the clubs that really quarantine the players, and they don't even really quarantine them as such. They keep them like days before the game and make sure so everybody is in one place.
Yeah.
But as what Dan used to tell us, that after training, no one use the club facilities. You just jump in your
Yeah.
car and go home. And then when you come back the next day, then you go through another test again, another COVID test.
I'm waiting to see how they're gonna work it out here because I think this thing is too deadly. You can't play with it. So you have to find a good solution.
Mm-hmm.
The ideal thing is to put the whole family and everybody in a bubble. But what they're also saying, yes, if we do that, but we're looking at 7.5 months.
Mm-hmm.
Who can afford that? Or who would want to live so close to other people for a whole 7.5 months? And What's happened to the spouses who need to go to work also,
Mm-hmm.
and the kids? It is to say the least extremely complicated,
Mm-hmm.
very complicated. I don't know how. I mean, track and field is easy,
Mm-hmm.
right? I'm hearing oral Tracy talking about everybody should move to track and field and tennis.
Oh yeah,
And
cause those you can keep them in a bubble for X amount of days. Less
but even
less
though,
people.
the bubble, when I'm on the court or on the track,
Mm.
them don't have to. Them can do social distancing very easily.
Mm.
But on a contact sport like football, that is totally impossible.
Mm.
That just don't work. That just does not work.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I really am not seeing in my mind's eye and a solution. I just don't see how it can work.
Big problem that.
I don't see how it can work. I mean, a ref a call, and half of both teams is at him. That group alone, very heated conversation or whatever, millions of droplets pouring out of the place. And you can't control that. You cannot control that. That is a part of the game.
So the yard season dead then.
They say
for now. Dead for now.
Dead in my mind. Dead in my mind. I don't see it happening. I don't hear anybody pulling out yet, but some players, especially younger ones, them parents might say, don't bother with that, you know. Because you have to hug up, fall over, man, tackle and you had him end up hug up on the ground. I don't know.
Hug up business now go on, man.
No, hug up in the sense that everybody spill over. 3 man not tackle and trade up on the ground, very close together. For this kind of pandemic, I cannot see people going out there and taking part in something like that.
Yeah, man, it's trade.
And then putting on your clothes, as you say, and going home. I mean, you can go home and you bathe and wash the clothes and all these things, but that doesn't matter if you catch it. That matters if droplets fall on you and you know, and you pick up thing by holding the ball or and your clothes and this and that, which all of those we can deal with. But if you get it, and you know that if you get it, you will know. Little girl get run, come down and say, Daddy! And you have to lift her up. So what should you do? What will you do?
It dread.
Yeah, very dread.
So, you know, well, the domestic league in Jamaica right now, the benefits that the players get, the salary that they receive, that is out the door as well.
Well, that would be the main reason for wanting to start the league. So you can keep the people employed. Because them can't live without it. Because that's their job now. And even if the club have enough money to subsidize that for a while, how long can that last? And then you have the other part of it. The other business side of it is that a lot of these youngsters play to be seen. So them can get a contract. So if nothing is played, nobody not going to see them. So it's stifling a whole lot of stuff. If you play, you might die, and if you don't play, nobody not going to see you. So you better change your profession or something. Let me tell you my serious problem. I think this is a huge conspiracy. Not a conspiracy like we saw in the early days where everybody have them conspiracy theory of how it came about and why and whatever. My argument about conspiracy is that no leader of any country or any organization has enough balls to come out and tell us exactly what COVID is and what needs to be done.
Well, with that, we have to get out of here. Them a push me out of my space now.
Okay.
So We're going to get myself out of here. And before I get out of here, let me give you a fruit tip this morning. And this is about tangerine. You like tangerine,
Wow.
Flavius?
Love tangerine.
Tangerine.
Love it.
So we give you the tip this morning on tangerine. So take it away, Arthur.
What do tangerines do for your body? Besides keeping the vibrant color in your hair longer and delaying the aging of your skin, tangerines also have many serious health benefits as well. According to Natural Food Series, tangerines can improve digestion, regulate blood pressure, protect your heart, and reduce your risk for cancer, diabetes, and osteoporosis.
Yes, so that's the health benefit of tangerine.
Franco, every day I hear these things, I am convinced that what I have been eating from my youth
Yeah.
is protecting me up to today.
You know, this morning, right before I stumble across the tangerine, I have a tangerine, an orange peel, honey, and ginger tea drinking.
Wow.
So when I
Yeah,
saw
man.
it, I was like, wow, this is the fruit for the day. So with
Yeah.
that, we come to an end. And next week, we'll do it all over again.
Yes.
For those of you who haven't subscribed as yet, go ahead and subscribe now. Like it and share it. Tell your friends, tell a friend. This is for you. And it's a Caribbean thing. Real Stuff podcast. Strictly Caribbean.
Really a Caribbean thing. Yes, that's where we are run with it.
You know, we had a gentleman in the room, I never saw him. His comment actually. And he was talking about the league. That leads to a suspended league as soon as one person get ill. That bubble bursts.
Oh yes.
Heavy fines for all breaches of protocol. Risky league. So he was talking about the domestic league, Jamaica Premier League.
Yeah, they can't make it reach to that. They have to just crap it at the beginning.
Thank you, Mr. Lee, for your input.
Yes. Okay. Wicked.
Yeah, so with that, we come to the end until next week. I want you all to participate same way. Send us text or email. We're going to give you the email address. You have the email ready for them, Flavius, that they can send us?
Sure.
Go ahead.
In fact, I'm gonna do a new one for next week. It's info at therealstuffpodcast.com. Very simple. And it will come directly to both Franco and myself. So we can't miss your comment. And remember, folks, remember, R&D. If we don't have the respect and we're not disciplined, we're going to end up with a whole lot of trouble. Trouble that we are heading for right now with our numbers. Numbers over the world climbing. So let's work on it. Let's keep ourselves safe.
And
so until next week.
Until next week, take care of yourself, your loved one, and always remember, prayer changes things. Regardless of what religion you belong to, you must pray and continue to pray. Tafina, to take us out.
Well, unfortunately, this is it. Till next time. Bless.
All you gotta do is just speak. One word is enough, so rough. I forget what I was trying to say. I no longer do what I was gonna do, but you're no good for me. That's why me know what set me a figure flee. Me have to take away myself. Me have to take away myself. Me have to hide like a thief in the night. Me have to get out the sight. Me have to take away myself. I have to take away myself. I have to utilize I wings. Show the eye clean where I is. I said, yeah, I find you very hard to resist, but this relationship I'm gonna desist. But how can I face you when all I wanna do is just taste you? I know you think I play me, but soon you're gonna see the light of day. Just relax, don't move an inch. I'll be gone in a pinch. May I feel take away myself. May I feel take away myself. May I feel I like a thief in the night. May I forget out the sight. May I feel take away myself. Take away myself. I have to utilize I will. Show the eye a clean berry.
Well, unfortunately, this is it. Till next time. Bless. Well, unfortunately, this is it. Till next time. Bless. Well, unfortunately, this is it. Till next time. Bless.